Can you believe the greatest quarterback of all time, the man with 7 Super Bowl rings, was almost cut from the NFL before he even played a single down? It's a story that sounds almost unbelievable, but it's completely true. This isn't just a sports story. It's a lesson in perseverance, mindset, and what it truly takes to achieve greatness against all odds. Today, we're diving deep into the untold story of how Tom Brady went from being the 199th pick, an afterthought in the NFL draft, to a living legend. How did a guy that nearly every single team passed on multiple times become the undisputed GOAT? Stick around, because the answer will change how you look at success forever. Let's rewind the clock to the year 2000. The NFL draft was in full swing. Teams were picking their future stars, quarterbacks with rocket arms and impressive college careers. Names like Chad Pennington and Giovanni Carmazzi were flying off the board. Meanwhile, a lanky kid from the University of Michigan, Tom Brady, was just sitting and waiting. And waiting, and waiting some more. One pick went by, then 10, then 100. 6 other quarterbacks were chosen before him. The draft analysts, the coaches, the general managers, they all saw the same thing. A slow quarterback with an average arm and an awkward-looking physique. His NFL Combine photo became infamous. He looked more like a guy who'd be doing your taxes than leading a team to a Super Bowl when the New England Patriots finally called his name with the 199th overall pick in the 6th round. It wasn't a moment of triumph. It was a sigh of relief mixed with a wave of uncertainty. He was a compensatory pick, basically a bonus selection. Most players drafted that late don't even make the final roster. They're considered camp bodies, there to help the real prospects get ready for the season. Brady entered his rookie season as the 4th-string quarterback on the Patriots' depth chart. He was behind the franchise star Drew Bledsoe, and even backups John Freese and Michael Bishop. The odds were stacked so high against him, it was almost laughable. He was completely anonymous, so why did everyone underestimate him so badly? What did all the experts and scouts miss? It wasn't about his physical stats. On paper, they were right. He wasn't the fastest, he didn't have the strongest arm, and he wasn't the most athletic. You could find dozens of quarterbacks in that draft class who looked better in shorts and a t-shirt. The scouts saw his limitations and stopped there. They measured his 40-yard dash time, his vertical leap, his arm strength, and they put him in a box labeled not athletic enough for the NFL. They failed to measure the one thing that would ultimately define him, his mind. They couldn't quantify his obsessive competitiveness, his relentless work ethic, and his unshakable self-belief. That rookie year was a grind. While other players might have been discouraged, Brady saw it as an opportunity. He spent countless hours in the film room, studying defenses, learning the playbook inside and out. He was the first one to arrive at the facility and the last one to leave. He'd pester the coaches with questions, constantly trying to find an edge, any little detail that could make him better. He wasn't just trying to make the team, he was preparing as if he were the starter. He famously told the Patriots owner, Robert Kraft, "I'm the best decision this organization has ever made. Think about the confidence that takes for a 4th-string rookie quarterback." It wasn't arrogance, it was a deep, unwavering belief in his own potential, forged in the fires of being overlooked his entire life. Then fate intervened. In the second game of the 2001 season, Drew Bledsoe, the star quarterback who had just signed a massive $100 million contract, took a brutal hit and suffered a serious internal injury. The season looked lost for the Patriots. In came the unknown backup, the kid from the 6th round. Nobody expected anything. The goal was just to survive the season. But Tom Brady didn't just survive, he thrived. He had been preparing for this moment his entire life. The hours in the film room, the extra reps in practice, it all paid off. He wasn't just managing the game, he was winning. The team started to rally around him. His calm demeanor in the huddle, his precise decision-making, and his knack for making the right play at the right time were infectious. The Patriots, who were considered a long shot at best, went on an improbable run. They made it to the playoffs, and then, against all odds, they found themselves in the Super Bowl against the high-flying St. Louis Rams, the greatest show on turf. The Patriots were massive underdogs. But with the game on the line, in the final minutes, Brady led a legendary drive down the field with no timeouts, setting up the game-winning field goal as time expired. Tom Brady, the 199th pick, the guy who was almost cut, was a Super Bowl champion and MVP. And here's the twist, the real answer to why everyone underestimated him. It wasn't a fluke. That first Super Bowl wasn't just a lucky break. It was the result of a mindset that turned doubt into fuel. Brady's entire career is a testament to the idea that your circumstances don't define you. Your response to them does. He was never the most gifted athlete on the field. He knew it. But he decided he would be the smartest, the most prepared, and the most competitive. While others relied on their natural talent, Brady built his greatness brick by brick through sheer force of will. He dedicated his entire life to being the best possible quarterback he could be. He famously adopted a strict diet and a unique training regimen focused on flyability and longevity, allowing him to play at an elite level well into his 40s, an age when most players are long retired. He outworked everyone. He outprepared everyone. He outlasted everyone. He turned his perceived weaknesses into his greatest strengths. He couldn't escape the pocket like a more athletic quarterback. Fine, he would become the master of the pocket, with footwork so precise it was like a dance, and a release so quick that the pass rush couldn't get to him. 7 Super Bowl rings, more than any single NFL franchise. 3 MVP awards, countless records. He didn't just prove the doubters wrong. He rewrote the definition of what was possible. The story of Tom Brady is the ultimate proof that talent is only part of the equation. We all get caught up in the idea of natural gifts. We see someone successful and think, well, they were just born with it. But Brady's journey shows us that's a myth. His success wasn't given, it was earned. It was earned in those lonely hours in the film room, on the practice field when no one was watching, and in the relentless commitment to self-improvement. So the next time you feel overlooked, the next time you feel like the underdog, remember Tom Brady. Remember the 199th pick. Your potential isn't determined by where you start or what others think of you. It's determined by your work ethic, your resilience, and your belief in yourself. Talent matters, there's no doubt about it. But it's your mindset that ultimately changes your destiny. That's the real legacy of Tom Brady. It's a lesson that goes far beyond the football field and applies to every single one of us. Thank you so much for watching. If this story inspired you, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know in the comments what other underdog stories you find motivating. We'll see you in the next one.